Good evening and welcome to our spring concert. How about another hand for Simon Olivares? Simon was kind enough to provide some prelude music as you guys transitioned from here, from the auditorium to here. He is one of the 19 seniors that I would like to recognize throughout this evening, so I'm going to do that intermittently, so don't worry, I'm not going to do it all right now. But basically for all of my seniors, what I thought I would do in order to keep things short, sweet, to the point, but at the same time really let you guys know how I really feel about you, I've picked one word that I think best describes this senior, okay? And not only is it the one word that best describes you, I think it is also the word that is your best attribute, your best characteristic, and the absolute one thing that I would want you as an individual to carry on through the rest of your lives. And it's what makes you special, it's what makes you unique, and it's what makes you, you, and how much we all love you. So, my one word for Simon is tranquil. He's a very calm spirit. On the other hand, he can be very sassy at times. But we are going to dearly miss Simon, but he will not be too far away from us. He will be performing at Waldorf University next year as a piano performance major. Simon just happens to have free time during my planning period, and so he serenades me on a every other day basis, and I'm going to severely miss it, my man. Without further ado, here is Simon Olivares performing a piece by Johann Sebastian Bach. I'd like to invite our accompanist from Solo Ensemble Contest to come to the stage here, if you will. Dr. Brian Stanley and Dr. Christine Taylor from Waldorf University. We have the privilege of working with them for the last couple years as they have accompanied our students at the Solo Ensemble Contest. This year it took place in Charles City. These are two very, very, very fine musicians. I would argue world-class pianists, and we are very, very blessed to have you in this fine city. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I would like to invite Miss Cheyenne Chapin. I have a stand for you, dear. It's okay. Oh, you need two. Oh, okay. Well then, that's fine. Miss Cheyenne Chapin, my word for you is dedicated. I'm not so sure I've met a more dedicated individual in my life to the things that she does, to the people that she intervenes and convenes with, and we're really excited that Cheyenne is going to be a music education major, hopefully doing something similar to what I'm doing one day, which is very thrilling as a music teacher. Mr. Rock can attest to this. Any of your students that go on to be a future music teacher is really quite a blessing, and it's very cool. It's like having an apostle. It's very neat. So thank you so much for being so dedicated. And here is Miss Cheyenne Chapin playing her solo, which received very, very good markings at Solo Ensemble Contest. The next individual I'd like to invite forward is Mr. Stuart Yee, our senior percussionist. Stuart, the word I have selected for you is determined. I have not met someone who is more determined to teach the young percussionists to take care of our equipment and to teach them how to play their instruments. I've not met someone who's determined to make sure that things are going to be great here once you leave us. You have been an excellent, excellent person in my life, and I really appreciate all your help as a peer tutor, as a senior member of our band. And without further ado, I'll give you his super impressive 4-mallet solo, Stuart Yee. As they set up, or as this flute quintet sets up, I'd like to recognize one of our senior flute players, Leah Jones. Come on up here, Leah. Leah, your word is idiosyncratic. And I think that is a cool word for you because you're just so cool and you love your uniqueness and you just flaunt it. And I love your sense of humor. You've always just come in and just walked into my office and said the most random thing. And I'm like, there she is. And like, hello. Yeah. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck and just keep being idiosyncratic. So here you go. Another one of our senior flute players that's performing in this quintet would be Amanda Larson. Amanda, the word I've selected for you is compassionate. She is just so nice. She's just so nice. She's nice to her teacher, she's nice to her friends, she's nice to everyone. And I just cannot help but just smile every time I walk in and it's early in the morning and you're just sitting there ready to go and you smile up at me and I'm like, today's gonna be a good day. And so thank you so much for being so compassionate. Here's Amanda Larson. She has to hold that in her teeth while she plays. Before you, we have the Forest City Flute Quintet. Something very unique and special about this quintet is their performance at Solo Ensemble was just so outstanding. And it was indeed so outstanding that they won Outstanding Performer Award for their center, which means out of all of the people, all of the groups, all of the soloists that came through that door on that day, and that's a lot of people, folks. That's a lot of different groups, it's a lot of different soloists. The judge picked these 5 ladies because they just sounded so fantastic. Quick shout out to someone who helped create this ensemble and push them past what they thought they could do, and that is the lovely but super awesome Mrs. Rutt, who has been just an immensely huge help to me over the last few days. I'll give you more on that story later. And without further ado, Forest City Flute Quintet. our soloist portion of things. But before we move on, I'd like to recognize a few more of our woodwind seniors. First, I'd like to recognize Lydia Aber. Come on up here. Lydia, your word is gregarious. All right? And yes, I used a thesaurus for a lot of these. You're welcome. But gregarious in the sense that you are so incredibly friendly and social, and just there were a lot of times where you and Caitlin would be talking a lot last year, and I was like, oh girl, this is so fun. But like at the same time, I just loved that you're just so social with everyone. You make everyone in the room feel good, and I think that's going to carry very well over to the collegiate world for you. So thank you very much, Lydia. Another senior player, Miss Hallie Hickman, come on up. Hallie Hickman, you are so considerate. So considerate. Every day I walk in, and I have a lot of fun with the front row, don't I? Yeah, trombone players have no idea what's going on up here. It's a party, right? But every day she just smiles and says, Mr. Schmidt, how are you doing today? And I'm like, I'm good now. I'm like, I didn't sleep all that well, and lots of crap going on in my life, but man, it's just been so great having you right there in that front row. And I've got to say that these two like to take a lot of the limelight up here. They do. They're really fine all-state clarinetists, and they do a great job. And they're fantastic clarinetists. But you guys, these seniors, plus Caitlin and Sabino, are right there with them. You guys have played so well with them for so long. And this clarinet section is going to need to step it up next year, okay? And because we're going to be severely missing all of you. So thank you for being so considerate, Hallie. And last but certainly not least, out of the senior clarinet players, we have Mr. Jonathan Sinatson. Come on up here, buddy. Before he performs his solo, I must say that your word is very difficult to find. There are just a lot of words there for you. But I think the one that I nailed it down, exuberant. Exuberant. I have not, nor will I ever, meet someone so incredibly exuberant. And exuberant, you might say, like, well, that just means he's like really uppity and, or not uppity, but like, light and, just fun and crazy. But those things are great about you. And they transfer to all areas of life for you. Your social life, your music life, your academics. You are just so incredibly exuberant. And this band, this speech department, this vocal department, this school, this community, and this state are going to miss the heck out of you. We wish you nothing but the best of luck as you go to St. Olaf to double major in music and physics. You are crazy, you're exuberant, have fun, we love you very much. Speaking of outstanding people, I couldn't use that term because we use that for the flute quintet. However, out of all of the people that walked through Center 7, out of all the different groups, out of all the different soloists, there stood one. I present to you Johnny Sinatson, an outstanding performer. Outstanding indeed. Okay. We have to do some logistics here to set up for our next portion of the concert, but in the meantime, let's just give us a few seconds here to get things kind of reoriented here. concert band. This group has been working since about right after marching band, and we've gone through the vast majority of our curriculum throughout this year, but we are in our third week of 5 weeks. All right, we're starting our fourth week of 5 weeks of large group contest preparation, which is kind of the function of this concert for us. I just want to thank all of you for being so flexible this evening in terms of just the flow of the evening and how we had to adjust things. And all of this was adjusted because of this Levant Noir residence, which I strongly encourage you, I'd like to demand you, to go attend that concert. If you were a part of that Balladino concert last in October, that was outstanding. You should definitely check this out as well on Thursday evening at Emmanuel Lutheran. This community is experiencing a very unique opportunity, folks, and I suggest that you seize upon that. Okay? I'm going to talk a little bit about the pieces. I also have some seniors that I want to recognize. Let's do some seniors first. We're going to have a couple people come up and just Emily, Madeline, Devin, and Hannah. Come on up here. Some more readed folks. I'm going to start with Emily. Emily Cook, you are versatile. You are so versatile, girl. And the reason you are is because you're just so well-rounded in everything you do, whether it's your academics, your music, your sports. You're going to do such a great job being such a versatile college student and versatile person in the world. So thank you so much for everything you do. They're lined up. Madeline, I have 2 sheets of paper here. Madeline, you are charismatic. Case in point. She is so charismatic. I was so fortunate to have you as a drum major for the last 2 years. You have no idea how many questions this girl has answered over the last 2 years for me. And you have just been an outstanding, just incredibly charismatic leader for this band, whether it be through your actions, through your thoughts, or your words, or your deeds. We thank you so much for all of that. Good luck next year. Devin Johnson. Masculine. So masculine. Okay, first of all, you have to be pretty masculine in order to carry around the 4th bass drum, which weighs circa 500 pounds, right? He's carrying that around. He's got this incredibly deep voice, but you know what? That's kind of a silly term. You're so chill. You're so chill, and I love it. That's really the word. I just thought masculine would be fun. Someone told me to say masculine, but you're so chill, and I love that spirit about you. Since I'm kind of a crazy, energetic, hyper person, chill people are like my favorite. I'm like, you calm me down, and I love it. And so you can keep calming people down. I really appreciate that. Take care. Hannah Vaughn, you are nurturing. So nurturing. She is the mother of all these dudes in this band, okay? And they are so lucky to have had her to mother them throughout their adolescence and puberty and all that. All right, so she has been so great for this band as a spirit, as a musician. She plays an incredibly unique, very, very difficult instrument to play. And she nurtures the way she prepares to play that, and I love that about you. Keep being nurturing, sweetheart. I don't have a flower for you because you're not a senior, but I would be 100 bajillion% remiss if I didn't extend some sort of words to my colleague, Michelle Jacobson. As many of you know, Michelle is going places next year, and we are going to severely miss you. And I must say, as a young teacher, as a second-year educator, you have been an incredibly wonderful source of inspiration and of mentorship throughout my time here. And I really appreciate your spirit. We would like to dedicate, we're dedicating it now. We're dedicating our first piece to you, which is entitled Fanfare Nueve. And Fan, yeah, I say it like that every time. Fan Turned Away Me by John Fannin. It's a very exciting piece. It's super fun to play. I think the students really, really enjoy this piece. We have enjoyed you. This is, after some tuning notes, John Fannin's Fan Turned Away. A little out of breath. Thank you very much. That was from Michelle. I must say I'm a little bit winded. I hope my talking isn't long-winded tonight. I'm on severe sleep deprivation. I had, if there's such a thing as called as a happy emergency, I had one this weekend. Basically, my middle brother, who was slated to be married in October of this year called me at 10:30 p.m. a week ago and said, yeah, we're going to get married this weekend. So I immediately went into oh crap mode, and luckily, I have just wonderful support around here. I would shout out to her again. Dawn Rutt has been extremely great to me in so many ways, but thank you so much. I'd like to give her a round of applause. My very fine administrators did not even blink about this decision. So I drove 11 hours on Saturday to the Nashville, Tennessee area, and then I flew back today. I got back around 4 o'clock. Chugged Mountain Dew, and here I am. So I'm a little late. But the show must go on. Let's get these people up here to recognize. This is a lot of you, so basically the remaining seniors. It should be Carrie, Corey, Caleb, Nathan, Luke, Jacob Rivera, and Dee Burns. Please don't. Did I miss anybody? Oh, thank God. Okay. Good. All right. These are the brass senior members of our sections here. Carrie Birchduff, spirited. You're so incredibly spirited. I got here last year, and this girl is on fire about school spirit, and she is transferring that same energy to Iowa State. You've been excited about Iowa State since the day you were born, I'm pretty sure. But you're so spirited. I'll never forget that when we were coming home from large group this year, she was even spirited about making sure we stopped so that she could use the restroom. And then she ran up to the Suburban and was like, thank you! She was so spirited about everything, so please carry that on throughout the rest of your life. Just so lucky. And also, I must say, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. I am so incredibly still touched by your gesture of kindness and sincerity of nominating me for Golden Apple Award, and I really appreciate that. It'll stick with me for my entire career. Thank you. Who's next? Corey. Eclectic. Corey, you're so eclectic, and that's not a negative term at all. You are so incredibly talented. If you guys didn't just catch his speech piece, it's so eclectic. His personality is just so wonderful. It's been so much fun having you in the section. I think all 5 of you were kind of like, oh, what's going to happen when Tanner Smoley graduates? You're like, we can't worry about him anymore. You guys have rose to the occasion. This is a blanket statement for all of you. You guys are the dogs. I call them the dogs because they bark, all right? And I still go to contests, and directors are still like, that trombone section from marching band. Oh my gosh. Sounds like, yeah, they're all graduating. Most of them. But I tell you what, you guys have laid down some awesome foundation for these young pups to come up and do some barking. But thank you for being so eclectic. We really love your personality. Caleb moving up, who I call Grady too often, I'm so sorry. You are witty. You're so incredibly witty. I just love your sense of humor, and you guys think I don't hear you laughing or I don't hear your jokes, but these 5 are comedians at 8:15 in the morning. You guys need something to brighten up your day. It's just these guys are like, he's probably turning everything I say into something hugely inappropriate. But that's okay. And I bring that along myself. But anyways, yeah, Caleb, you're so witty, and I love that about you. And it's not just in the service of humor. It's always in the service of thinking forward and thinking about others and taking care of others. So really appreciate your wit. Come here. Nathan Teal, another character. How could I pick a word? How could I pick just one word? But really, it's entertaining. You're so incredibly entertaining. If you guys missed Shrek, you missed so much. He was incredible in it, and he's been incredible in speech, he's been incredible in this band. You are so entertaining, and you light up the room, my brother. You just come in and you just make everyone laugh and feel positive, and it's entertaining, but that's not to be like, oh, you're just a jester, you're just a clown. You really like making people feel good through your actions and through your words, and I really, really love that about you. Luke Wheaton. Intuitive. He's very smart, this guy. He's incredibly smart. And he's very intuitive. I just think he figures things out. I always see him kind of coaching up the section, because these guys are kind of like, what are we doing? You know, like typical trombone players, like, you know, reaching for things, I don't even know what they're doing. But Luke is kind of focused, he's intuitive. He's like, oh, maybe we should play this in this slide position, or maybe we should do this, so he doesn't have to yell at us. So he's really, really, really intuitive, and I think that's going to serve you very well in the working world and the collegiate world. So keep being intuitive. And one common theme about all of you is that you are incredibly tall. Jacob Rivera, he's very clever. He's so clever, and where I experienced this the most was your large group, your Algona Band Day speeches. He kind of just walks up and people are like, what's he gonna say? But he just makes everyone laugh so hard, and he's just very, very clever. He thinks that I don't know this, but his warm up here lately has been something to the effect of leaning over as if he's using the toilet and going. Which I don't think that's very clever, but you're so very, very clever in so many aspects of your life. I'm going to miss that one off and miss you, buddy. Last but certainly not least, Dee Bruns. I didn't miss anybody yet, did I? All right, she over there. Hi. Dee Bruns. Where are you? You are so eccentric, girl. You're so eccentric. She just comes in and she's like, I'm going to do this today, and you're not going to question it. And I'm like, okay. I will keep these things in the band room forever. No one will ever tear these things down. She lost her Tamagotchi thing, which I didn't realize students still have those. It's so cool, those little animated animals that you're supposed to feed and not feed too much or else they'll die. And she lost it for a total of 20 minutes. But she's so eccentric that she made a lost poster, like lost Tamagotchi, and put it on my door for people in the band room to see. And I just left it up there thinking that people are like, oh, dude's Tamagotchi's still gone. You know? But it's so eccentric. She's got this big, huge paper mache spider from Battle of the Classes that's hanging out in the corner of the room now. It's all Dee Bruns. It's so eccentric, so awesome. Thank you so much. How about another round of applause for all of our seniors? Thank you very much. All right, so the next piece we're going to perform for you, typically at a large group contest, you like to take a piece that's on the more technical side and then something that's on the more lyrical, flowing side that you can show off your expression. And we're going to attempt to do that for you right now through a piece called Whispers by Larry Clark. Okay, this is our final piece for this evening. I just want to, before I talk a little bit about it, I just want to thank you all so very much for being incredibly supportive throughout this entire concert season and throughout all of marching band, throughout this whole school year. If you would just please be aware of the dates that are on the back of your program, which are the remaining dates, especially for band, that are remaining for the rest of this year. We are off to Adventureland this weekend, Southeast Polk High School, to do a contest there, very similar to the large group contest format, but we will be competing for best of class, which we won last year. So we're going to try and go get that again, and then go have some fun at the park while it's 55 degrees and raining. I'm just really, really proud of you guys. I've thrown some incredibly challenging music at them, and they've, like always, have risen to the occasion. And I've told them time and time again over the last few weeks that they've been really kind of therapeutic for me. I'm all about these points tonight, so you've been therapeutic to me, and I really appreciate that. I do. I don't think you guys realize how much power you guys embody as teenagers, as young people of this world, and as young musicians. Seniors, we're going to incredibly miss you, but I guarantee you're not leaving, because what you have done for this band program, for this school, for this community will last forever. Because I know if I were a young member of this band, I'd be like, yeah, we need to live up to that standard. Because you guys have set an incredibly high standard as old, mature members of this ensemble. And I'm really, really excited for the young people to rise to that occasion. And just thank all of you for all you guys do for me. And we're going to play a very difficult piece. We're gonna get through it, and we're gonna have a good time playing it. This is a composer who's not programmed as much as he should be. His name is Ron Nelson. He's probably not programmed as much as he should be because his music is very challenging to play. If you were trying to tap your foot along with the very first tune we played, you probably had a very difficult time because it's in what's called mixed meter, where we have combinations of 2 beat divisions and 3 beat divisions, so then it becomes an odd meter. And this one, it does the same exact thing. But this incredibly challenging music, we are 3 weeks through our preparation on it. I'm really excited to see where we can go with the remaining 2 weeks that we have left. And if you would, please make sure that you go attend Adventureland down at Southeast Polk this weekend, and also we invite you to go to Humboldt High School for the large group contest for both choir and band. And then after that, it's some parades, and then by golly, we're done. Until next year. So thank you very much to all of you in this room. You do so much for this community. We really, really appreciate it. I'd also encourage you that at the end of this, make sure that you go and check out these really awesome art displays that are put on by Ms. Katrina Martin, who has spent a lot of time with her students to make that happen. So thank you very much. This is Logs by Ron Nelson.